The Snail Who Raced the Wind. Once upon a time, in a sun-dappled meadow at the edge of a lush, whispering forest, there lived a small, striped snail named Sam. Sam was not the biggest snail, nor the oldest, but he was certainly the most curious. With his shell shining in the morning dew and his gentle antennae waving in the air, Sam always dreamed of adventures far beyond the slow trails he usually followed. Most of Sam's days were quiet and peaceful. He would glide through the soft grass, taste tender leaves, and watch the world move at its own gentle pace. Yet, deep in his heart, Sam longed for something more. He gazed at the sky, watching birds dart and swoop in dazzling patterns, and wondered what it would be like to travel so fast. He listened to the wind as it rustled the trees and danced through the wildflowers, moving with a freedom that Sam could only imagine. How wonderful, he thought, it would be to move like the wind. One bright morning, as Sam was munching on a particularly delicious dandelion leaf, he heard a rustling sound nearby. Out from behind a clump of clover swept the wind itself, swirling and spinning as it played. The wind was invisible, but Sam could feel its cool touch and hear its laughter as it tickled the grass and sent petals flying. "Hello, little snail," called the wind, its voice both gentle and grand. Sam looked up, surprised and delighted. "Hello, wind. You move so quickly and freely. I wish I could travel like you." The wind whistled a happy tune. "Why not try? Let's have a race, you and me, from this meadow all the way to the tallest oak tree at the forest's edge." Sam's eyes widened in astonishment. "A race? But you are so fast and I'm just a snail." The wind swirled around Sam, lifting tiny seeds into the air. Races are not just about speed, little snail. They're about courage, determination, and the joy of the journey. "Will you race me?" Sam hesitated. The tallest oak tree was far away, and he was used to moving slowly, enjoying every inch of the path. But the thought of an adventure filled him with excitement. Gathering his courage, Sam nodded. "I will race you, wind." The news of the race spread quickly through the meadow. Butterflies fluttered with excitement. Ants peeked out of their tunnels. Even the wise old turtle, who had seen many things in his long life, settled down to watch. The animals were curious. How could a snail possibly race the wind? With a whoosh, the wind brushed past Sam. "Ready, little snail?" Sam stretched out his body, feeling the cool earth beneath him. "Ready!" With a swirling leap, the wind soared toward the oak tree, bending grass and tossing leaves along the way. Sam set off as well, gliding slowly but surely, his eyes fixed on the distant tree. The wind was gone in an instant, but Sam was not discouraged. He knew he had a long journey ahead, and he was determined to enjoy every step. As Sam travelled, he encountered many wonders. He passed a family of ladybugs having a picnic on a mushroom cap. He helped a lost ant find its way back to the colony. He paused to watch the sunbeams dance on a spider's web, sparkling like tiny jewels. Sam greeted every creature he met, sharing stories and smiles as he continued on his way. Meanwhile, the wind finished the race in a flash, swirling around the oak tree and laughing with the leaves. But instead of feeling triumphant, the wind grew curious. Where was Sam? What was taking him so long? The wind decided to return to the meadow and check on his little friend. As the wind sailed above the fields, it noticed something magical. Everywhere Sam had passed, the grass seemed greener, the flowers stood taller, and the animals looked happier. Sam had left a trail of kindness and joy. The wind realized that while it could move quickly, it often missed these little moments of beauty and friendship. Back on the path, Sam was beginning to grow tired. The sun was setting, painting the sky with shades of pink and gold. The oak tree still seemed so far away. Just as Sam was about to rest, the wind returned, swirling softly beside him. "Hello again, Sam," whispered the wind. "You are taking your time, but you are making the journey special for everyone you meet." Sam smiled. "I may be slow, but every step is an adventure. I've made new friends, seen wonderful things, and learned so much along the way." The wind felt a gentle warmth in its invisible heart. "You have taught me something important, little snail. Sometimes it is not how fast we move, but how much we notice and care along the way." Night fell, and the stars began to twinkle above. Sam finally reached the base of the tall oak tree. The animals of the meadow gathered around, cheering for their brave friend. The wind spun gracefully through the branches, sending a shower of leaves down like confetti. Sam looked up at the wind. "Thank you for racing with me. I may not be the fastest, but I loved every moment." The wind laughed softly, lifting Sam gently onto a low branch of the oak tree so he could see the whole meadow sparkling in the moonlight. "And I, dear Sam, am grateful for your company. You have shown me the magic of the journey." From that day on, Sam and the wind remained the best of friends. The wind would tell tales of distant lands and whisper secrets through the trees, while Sam would share stories of the friends he made and the wonders he saw along his slow, steady path. And whenever anyone in the meadow felt hurried or worried, they remembered the story of the snail who raced the wind and learned that sometimes the best adventures come when we take our time and enjoy the world around us. As the seasons changed and the years passed, Sam's story became famous throughout the forest and beyond. The wise old turtle would tell new generations of animals about the little snail with the big heart, who dared to race the wind and showed everyone that true greatness lies not in speed, but in kindness, curiosity, and the courage to set out on an unexpected adventure. And so, in the sun-dappled meadow, under the watchful gaze of the ancient oak, Sam continued his gentle journeys, gliding along the soft earth, leaving behind a trail of happiness wherever he went. The wind, ever playful and free, would sometimes swoop down to swirl around his old friend, and together they would laugh and remember the day when the slowest creature in the meadow raced the fastest, and both discovered the true meaning of the journey. Now, whenever you feel rushed, or wish you could move just a little bit faster, remember the tale of Sam the snail and his friend the wind. Remember that every step, no matter how small, is part of a wonderful adventure. And if you listen closely, you might just hear the wind giggling through the trees and imagine a little snail gliding slowly but surely, finding magic in every moment of the way. And so, the story of the snail who raced the wind lives on, whispering to all who dream of adventure and reminding each of us to cherish the journey just as much as the destination. Once upon a time, in a place not so different from where you are now, a small snail and the wind became friends forever, and the world was a brighter place because of it.